What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check this out. So we've been talking a lot lately about being connected to a franchise when you're a creator, when you're a writer, a director, whatever the case may be, that there should be some sort of connection that you have, some sort of passion that you feel in order to bring this thing across and really connect to the fan base that you're writing this content for, or even just the general audience. Understanding what makes this franchise tick is super important, and one of the big reasons why a lot of these franchises end up not getting the money that they thought they was going to get out of it is because of the people that they're hiring. You know, they don't want to hire people that understand the franchise. They don't want to hire the fans, right? Fans are red flags. No, we don't want to hire fans for this crap. We're going to hire some random nobody that has no connection to this whatsoever. Not somebody that grew up on it. All right. Not somebody that has loved this franchise, this IP, or these characters, whatever the case is, have loved these guys since they were kids, since they were just little wee guys. You know, they don't want to hire those people. They want to hire random idiots that are just going to come in and spew ideology. Oh, good. This is a platform for me to preach and promote my bullshit, you know, instead of actually giving the fans what they want. But not so with Henry Cavill. Look at this on comicbookmovie.com. Henry Cavill says he's been cooking up plans for a live action Warhammer 40,000 adaptation since he was a kid. Think about that, you guys. Think about that. You guys may have been this same way when you were a kid. You know, you're playing with your toys, you're having fun with your friends, and then you're sitting back and thinking, man, I wonder what this thing would look like as a movie, you know, or a television show, something in live action. You know, you can almost picture like Henry Cavill, you know, just like leaning back in his bed, just dreaming on, oh man, one day I'm going to have this going on and that going on. I'm going to put these little storylines together and this adventure and all of that kind of stuff. This is what I'm talking about. You need this level of passion in order to bring it across the finish line, in order to really connect to the fans that you're trying to connect to. This is the main reason why I'm really interested in Warhammer. Listen, I'm not a Warhammer guy. I've already stated this on several videos. I've only read one book, but I'm interested to see it because Henry Cavill is so passionate about it. I'm a Henry Cavill fan. I think the guy knows what he's doing, okay? So I'm really happy to see Henry Cavill get to bring his, you know, adaptation, what he has cooking up in his brain, to life. I'm excited to see it. You know, because it's like, yo, I didn't know anything about The Witcher, but, you know, I thought The Witcher worked out okay, you know, except for the last few things that they did. But the first season, second season, it was all right, you know. But now I'm like, okay, Warhammer, I read the one book and I'm really interested in seeing this world build out. It's kind of hard with one book to figure this thing out. But yeah, Warhammer 40k is an absolute big franchise. And this is the kind of thing where if you do it right, you can invite more people to join in on that franchise. You can actually build the fan base out if you do it right, instead of like what Star Wars is doing, which is shrinking the fan base. And why? Because they hire idiots like Leslie Headland to do their next big show.
This is like what we understand to be Star Wars, like the idea that like that only came from George Lucas, that only George Lucas holds the key for what we understand to be Star Wars is just untrue. And I think the prequels are an excellent example of that. I mean, the idea that like when you're hiring a director, that everyone is sitting in there waiting for George Lucas and not for the person who's going to know to hire Ralph McQuarrie, that's the problem. That's the misogyny and the problem with the auteur myth as it stands today, because they're not thinking this is the person that will hire the right people and this is the person that will be able to create the lookbooks and direct people to get them to that place. They're just thinking, do you have all the answers? And the truth is that nobody does, and anybody that says they do is lying.
Chick, what does any of that got to do with Star Wars? What does any of that psychobabble, mumbo jumbo, ideological bullshit you just got through running got to do with Star Wars? Nothing. This is why Star Wars is in the state that it's in, all right? This is exactly why Star Wars is in the state that it's in, because we got idiots like Leslie Headland coming up with her nonsense. Oh, it's the misogyny of the auteur myth. Nobody cares about that. Give us good Star Wars. That's what we're here for, all right? We don't care about anything else. You're not able to do it again because you're not connected to the fans. All right, you're not connected to the fan base of the franchise. The only thing you're here for is to spew your dumb ideology all over our franchise. You know, and so that's the reason why your trash is going to fail, Absolutely 1000%. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all saw the thing I put out on the DA's office. Yeah, they got a release date, a summer release window, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be a dry summer Lucasfilm, all right? It's going to be a dry summer. No matter when that thing comes out, nobody's coming to check for it because of Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. It's not connected to the fan base. But you know who is connected to his fan base is Henry Cavill. Let's go ahead and check this out. A Henry Cavill, Superman actor of the defunct DCEU, talks about how excited he is to be leading the creation of Amazon Studios' grand Warhammer 40k plans. Amazon first revealed in 2022 that they had purchased the rights to the Warhammer 40k IP and that they intended to construct an ambitious slate of Warhammer shows executive produced by Henry Cavill, the fan favorite actor who portrayed Superman in Zack Snyder's DCEU. Cavill has also revealed that not only is he leading creative development, he'll also star in the first live-action adaptation of the IP. During a promotional interview on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast to promote his role in Argyle, Cavill talked about just how far back his love of Warhammer goes. Said Cavill, "It is the greatest privilege of my professional career to have this opportunity. I can't say too much. It's early days still, but to have this opportunity to bring it to the screen and to be at the tiller so it can be faithful is key to me. This is the stuff I've been dealing with since I was a kid. This is the stuff I spend my free time daydreaming about as an adult as well, and I get to bring it into life. There is no greater reason that I joined the industry than to be doing something like this." This is what I'm talking about, y'all. Passion from a fan, okay? An actual fan who's been dreaming of this since he's a kid. All right. What have I always said? You got to have somebody that is like, yo, I have a dope idea for a this or that story or movie or whatever. I've been dreaming of this for the last 20, 30 plus years. You need somebody like that to bring these big franchises to life. Yeah, they could be professionals. OK, they could be in the professional capacity. I'm not saying go grab some random fan off the street who loves it. OK, I'm saying bring somebody in like Henry Cavill. There's tons of fans in Hollywood that are fans of stuff that were just like Henry Cavill, all right, that spend their free time daydreaming about, oh my God, what would I do with a Warhammer movie or television series? Those are the people you need to put to the forefront, not clowns like what we just saw with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I was not very steeped in the comics.
I didn't read any comics or do any research.
I wasn't familiar with comics. I wasn't familiar with the movies.
We didn't lean into a whole lot of the history of the comic books.
Yeah, candidly, we were not enormous comic fans.
I wasn't super into superhero comics when I was a kid. I read a lot of indie press stuff.
First thing I was told is don't read the comics.
Really?
As a creator, they put you in a bubble. They don't let you talk about any of the other projects, right?
They're up for anything.
We ultimately decided to redefine it for the series and thought that it worked better for the story that we're trying to tell.
Did you ever read you've never read the comic?
When the DVD comes out, I'm going to read a Thor comic book and just see where we went wrong.
Yeah, people that have never, ever read or picked up a comic book. That's who's writing your comic book or MCU content. People that don't give a damn about this stuff. They never cared about it. It's a job to them. And look, it's not only a job, it's a perfect platform to spew their ideology. Look at this, guys. We got millions upon millions, maybe hundreds of millions of fans all over the world that love this gigantic, huge franchise. All right, we're going to have a huge audience for our stupid ideology. Let's go ahead and go forward with it, And that's the wrong move. That's why this stuff is failing. And it's amazing that Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy and Kevin Feige and all the rest of the idiots that are running this stuff, whether it's Star Trek or Doctor Who or whatever, it's amazing that they don't see this. It's like, come on, listen to the fans, man. Just do that for a change. Listen to the fans and you won't go wrong. But see, Henry Cavill continues right here. "I have loved Warhammer since I was a boy, making this moment truly special for me. The opportunity to shepherd the cinematic universe from its inception is quite the honor and the responsibility." See, he takes responsibility. He's not taking this lightly at all. He's like, yo, it's an honor. It's a great honor, but it's also a responsibility. It's important that I get this right, I can't just go out there and willy-nilly do whatever it is that I want to do cooked up in my head, all right? He's got to respond to all the Warhammer fans all across the spectrum. It doesn't matter who they are. He has to make something that fits with what they want. And yeah, it can't just be his own little personal, Ryan Johnson type interpretation of what he thinks it is. No, it can't be that. It has to be something for everybody. He doesn't just play in his sandbox and get to do what he wants to do. He is taking on the responsibility to a very huge fan base. Again, you got to clap it up for Henry Cavill when it comes to this type of stuff, folks. I'm telling you. This is the reason why this guy is king of the nerds, because he understands what it is to be a fan. He's connected to the fan base because he is a fan. He's connected to the franchise. And it just takes people to do something like this. So yeah, Amazon, Jennifer Salke, they screwed up, they screwed up with Lord of the Rings. But it seems like maybe they learned their lesson with Warhammer. Who knows? We still got to wait till it comes out. But this is great news. And again, this is the kind of passion, this is the kind of connectivity that you're looking for when you're talking about bringing these giant IPs to life. So, let's hope that Henry Cavill gets the job done. I absolutely do. And I'm looking forward to seeing this. Like I said, this has the opportunity to expand the fan base. People that wasn't into the books or to the miniatures and to the gaming, maybe to the video games. They're not into that stuff, but they might, hey man, I'll sit down and watch a television show. And damn, maybe that'll make some people that previously weren't interested in it suddenly, yo, let me pick up some books. Hey, how do I play this game? That's what you want to do. You want to constantly expand your fan base, and not shrink it up like what's happening right now with Star Wars. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But you guys let me know what you think about this whole situation. How do you think Warhammer 40k is going to come out? What are you guys looking forward to the most out of Henry Cavill's new, interpretation into this franchise? What are you looking forward to? All right. I know there's a lot of things that I am curious about myself. We went through all of those various characters, that they talked about. It's like, if we were to bring in certain people, who could play what, we talked about that. So I'm interested to see, what happens next when it comes to this thing. But you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.